Peace and love. God bless. This is Mark, the Silver Money Dude. This is going to be a very in-depth video into silver and what the real value of silver is. Recently, I've been receiving a lot of comments on some of the old videos that I have up on the channel. What I've done is I've created playlists. So now you can actually see all of the Silver Money Takeover related videos in one list. It's a list of about 190. This will make it the 193rd, or this will be the 193rd video. So there are roughly about 193 Silver Money Takeover related videos. Some of them are inspirational, some are motivational, but many of them, the majority of them, are talking about actual things related to silver itself. And this video in particular is definitely going to delve into the real value, the true value of silver. I want to clarify a few things because some of you may get a little thrown off or confused by some of the videos that I've made previously. And just over time, you tend to forget about what the original purpose of something may be. Let me start off by saying that the Silver Money Takeover has a very specific purpose. The purpose of the Silver Money Takeover is to gather a collective group of individuals that understand the silver story, understand the real value of silver, and participate in a collective, unified movement to purchase silver on a monthly basis. The purpose of that is to accumulate this metal because of the fact that it is the second most widely used commodity or resource that we have on the planet. The only thing used more than silver is oil. Silver has in excess of 10,000 uses, and these uses include but are not limited to many of the things that we're using in our society every day, from electronics to appliances, all the new technology like satellite, solar panels. The list goes on and on. I can't keep going into the list of different things. Just do your research and do your diligence on the different uses for silver. Silver is used in such small quantities as a raw material in many of the things that we're using that you can't retrieve it. If something is wasted or discarded, whatever silver content is in it, it costs too much money to retrieve the silver, so it's not worth it for that silver to be retrieved. So we got a lot of silver that's in landfills, a lot of silver that's in, items that are not being used or not being recycled. So there is some waste there. However, I just want to stay focused on what the real value of silver is. First and foremost, whatever you see as far as the price of silver, for right now, just be thankful that the banks are able to manipulate and control currency to the point where they can control the price of anything that is traded on the markets. The reason that they're controlling and suppressing the price of silver and gold, for that matter, is because silver and gold represent monetary value historically. They both have been used as money in the past. With the monetary system that we now have, which is global, which is not backed up by gold or silver, a lot of people are starting to get away from what true wealth represents, or what is represented as true wealth. Silver and gold will always be wealth. Silver in particular is also a resource and the commodity that is used heavily in the things that we're using every day, in the products that we're consuming, in the things that we're buying, and in the things that have become a part of our everyday lives. You know, you take something for granted when it's kind of widespread as far as the use of it. You take water for granted because you have water available to you every day. You know, if you take someone that's in a country where they don't have clean available water, and you were to go there and live among those people for X amount of time, then you would understand the true value of water. But because it's abundant around you and you have access to it, you take it for granted. Same thing is happening with silver. You are all taking silver for granted. You're not understanding what it really represents. And the banks are doing an excellent job of keeping you distracted and keeping your mind programmed to think that silver has no value at all. Oh, it's silver. You know, who wants silver? You should want silver if you really understand the value, or understood the value, I should say. So the real value of silver, just for, to clarify for those of you who still are debating back and forth about the price. Oh, well, silver, it bought you a gallon of gas in 1970. Today it'll still buy you a gallon. Listen, don't confuse the price of silver with the value of silver. Don't do it. Because it's not a fair comparison to even compare the price of silver to the actual value of silver based on the use of silver and the availability of silver. Silver is such a small market. Right now, the entire annual supply of silver is 1 billion ounces. With the price of silver being around $19 an ounce, we'll say 20. I know that it dipped below 19 this past week, but let's say $20 an ounce. At 1 billion ounces of available silver each year, what that means is $20 billion could literally absorb the entire annual supply of silver. This gives us an advantage collectively, because if we are organized with our buying and our purchasing of silver in a way where we collectively buy silver every month and we increase our numbers to the point where we're in position, if we wanted to absorb that entire annual supply of 1 billion ounces. Being in the position to do that will immediately change the game. Immediately. Because you're going to see the supply and the demand relationship shift. See, right now, supply is going mainly into industrial use for silver. The demand that's coming from coins and bars and the investment aspect of silver, as far as the production of these coins, rounds, bars, the demand is not there yet. But my point is this. Collectively, if we increase the demand for silver in that form, which is the way that we want it to come in the form of coins, rounds, and bars. By us purchasing silver every month, we instantly increase the demand. And what Silver Money Takeover specifically focuses on us doing collectively is to never sell the silver back. Oh, well, what do I do? Just hold on to it? Yes. Yes. You have to go back and watch a video on the channel that's titled The Hunt Brothers 2013. Watch that video and become more informed about what the Hunt Brothers did specifically in 1979 into 1980. That almost changed the entire face of the monetary system completely. Almost. What prevented them from actually doing it was the fact that they were using leverage in the futures market. And leverage is basically where you're using money that you're borrowing from the banks to buy an asset. We don't have to use leverage. We can use actual purchasing power. We can just buy it outright. We don't have to borrow money to buy it. That's what margin means. That's what leverage means. No. We're not doing that. We're buying the silver based on our actual purchase